Welcome to Let's Play Medal of Honor on the PlayStation. This is part 1. There's just a few introduction sequences to watch before we get to the main menu.
Human civilization has always known conflict. But it wasn't until the 20th century that the scope magnified to such a bloody scale as to engulf the entire world. In the aftermath of the war to end all wars, Adolf Hitler and his Nazi party fanned the flames of a broken and dispirited nation, rebuilding the country from the ashes of the Versailles Treaty into a fascist juggernaut that seemed unstoppable. They pushed all the way to the Atlantic in their blitzkrieg, with England their next target. But Winston Churchill and his small island nation won the Battle of Britain, holding out through Hitler's terror bombing for an entire year. They stoked the fires of freedom long enough to stay alive and to save the world. After Pearl Harbor, the United States, with all its military and industrial muscle, entered the war. First Africa, then Italy, and then finally Fortress Europe itself. You, soldier, are a part of this great crusade. Are you ready to rise above and beyond the call of duty?
Right, with that out of the way, we can have a look at the main menu. That's new game, but we won't do that yet. Let's have a look at the options. That's briefing. If you go in there, he starts. Colonel Hargrove starts briefing you on the next mission. It's the place where you want to go if you want the briefing for the mission again. If you want to watch it again. Otherwise, it always shows it at the start of a new mission when you press new game or next mission. That's multiplayer. We won't be doing that, of course. Yeah, I'm using an EPSXE emulator, and I can't seem to be able to configure my controller to make the D-pad slightly less sensitive, so I have to just tap it to make it go left or right, otherwise it does that. Like that. I can't seem to stop it from doing that, so I have to live with it. Yeah, here's the gallery. Here we can watch videos that we unlock, but I haven't unlocked any, so I can't do anything. Right, what else is there? This is the war record. This is where you go if you want to load your game. That's the mission log. If you press that, you get to you can choose to play previous missions that you've already completed, the current one you're on, and any that you've completed. Here is where you view your medals that you've won. This is performance. This is you can have a look at all the numbers, like number of shots fired and everything for the whole game, not just any specific level. Shot locations, head. Depending on where the majority of shots go, such as head, torso, you'll be given a gunnery evaluation. The ones for head are melon popper, things like that. And if you're if it's mostly arm, that's left and right arm combined, you'll be called an arm slinger and things like that. Yes, it's pretty pointless, really. It doesn't really matter. Just some numbers. Preferred weapon, things like that. Okay, here we get to have a look at the medals. Obviously, I haven't won any yet. There are 8 medals in total. There's one for each mission. There are 7 missions, each with either 3 or 4 levels in it. To unlock a medal, you have to get either 2 out of 3. If there are 3 levels in a mission, you have to get at least 2 out of 3 with a 3-star ranking. If it's a 4-level mission, you have to get at least 3 out of 4 with a 3-star ranking, and then you get a medal. The 8th medal slot is for the Medal of Valor. That's if you get exactly 3 stars on every single level. But yeah, and the way to get 3 stars in a level is the first star is for completing all the objectives. The second star is for getting at least for neutralizing at least 95% of the enemies, and the third star is for ending the level with at least 75% health. And you can't get the second star if you don't have the first one. You can't get the third star if you don't have the second one. So even if you have 75% health but not 95% of the enemies, you will still only get 1 star. Anyway, and here, if you go right a bit more, you can have a look at load game, save game, and new game. New game is for if you've already loaded a game, you want to select a new game, start a new game fresh. Just press that and you go to a new game, and it will prompt you if you want to save your current game. Let's go back now. Just one more thing to look at, the options. Okay, here's the password. You can put a password in. Passwords can unlock missions. Yeah, if you can't be bothered to unlock them normally, you can unlock the missions with a password. Passwords will also unlock secret codes. The codes are normally obtained by getting, if you get a 3-star ranking on every level in a mission, you will get a password. But you can, if you can't be bothered to do that, you can just get the passwords from the internet and you can put them in here, and the codes will appear. Originally, it was on. Originally, the passwords were contained on a website called mohgame.com, one word. That probably doesn't exist anymore. Probably just links to the EA website somehow. And all the codes were on there. It was when the internet was first becoming really popular. Yeah, so you can type password in here, and if you get a good password, it goes green. If you type in a bad one, it's red. Here you can have a look at the codes you've unlocked. Obviously I haven't done any of them. We'll have a look at those later. Here you can change the controller settings, invert axis, easy aim, things like that. Fast aim, I never change these. Zoom aim, I don't really like that. That's it sort of zooms slightly when you aim, but I don't need it. I'm really good at this game. I can get 3 stars on every single level. I don't need any help. I just play with the default options really. Here's the audio options. You can change the sound effects and the background music. I never change that. And here's the credits if you want to watch the credits, which I don't. Right, yeah, Colonel Hargrove, if you, he says one of 3 things if you go in the briefing room. He either says this,
Patterson, get in here. Good morning.
And then that's the briefing that I'm about to watch when I start the new game. Or he says this,
Take a seat. Good morning, Lieutenant.
Or he says this, hopefully it'll be the third one.
Come on in, Lieutenant.
That's the one, good.
Good morning, Lieutenant.
It does them in order. That's the 3 things he says. Yeah, if you notice, the voice is done by W. Morgan Shepherd. He's, I think he's an Irish actor who's been in. He's been in an episode of Star Trek Voyager, Next Generation, Quantum Leap. He's been in loads of stuff. Look him up on IMDb. And he's also the voice actor in Metal Gear Solid 2. He was the commander of the enemy troops that tells them to retreat and advance and things like that. He's the same voice if you notice. Anyway, with all that explained, I can finally select new game, and then we'll get the briefing. If you want to if you want to watch the briefing again, just go into the briefing room and you can watch the current mission briefing, which is only on the first level when you select the first level of the next mission. Here we go.
Good morning, Lieutenant. I'm Colonel Hargrove from the Office of Strategic Services. I'll get right to the point. The OSS was formed 2 years ago by presidential order to serve as the intelligence branch of the United States military. Our mission is anything and everything. Espionage, sabotage, subversion, search and rescue, you name it, we do it. Now, from time to time, we recruit people from outside of the regular ranks, especially if they've got a particular skill we need. Like you, Lieutenant Patterson. What you did last Monday got our attention. I know you consider yourself just another anonymous pilot in the Transport Corps, but taking out a half a dozen of the Wehrmacht and then sneaking back into friendly territory is quite an impressive feat of soldiering by anyone's measure. I had your records from basic and OCS pulled. Your instructors gave you high marks for weapons and munitions training. You were the top marksman in your class, excellent leadership skills, noted for being especially smart and resourceful. I also had your university transcript pulled. You were just 1 semester away from getting your aerospace engineering degree before you enlisted. You had earned straight A's from start to finish. In short, Lieutenant, you're just the kind of man we're looking for. But it's completely up to you whether you want to join us or not. Unfortunately, there's not much time to make a decision, so if the answer is yes, you'll be on a plane within the hour heading back to France. If it's no, you'll be ordered to forget we ever had this conversation. So, Lieutenant Patterson, what will it be?
Yeah, it's slightly glitched there, the border of the video there. I can't seem to do anything about it. Right, this is the first mission, the first level. Find the downed plane, page 1, 12th of June 1944. Bonjour, my name is Manon. Colonel Hargrove tells me that you've decided to join the OSS. Welcome to the fight. I'll be your liaison with the French resistance. We call ourselves the Marquis. Time is of the essence, so press the X button to turn the page and start the briefing. Your first mission begins immediately. An Allied G3 operations officer was shot down last night. He and his pilot were returning from a secret rendezvous with my Marquis comrades when their plane was hit. The G3 has vast knowledge not only of Allied battle plans but of the resistance as well. The whole French underground in this region is at stake. We found the pilot this morning, but there's no sign of the G3. The Wehrmacht search parties are out in force, so at least we know the Germans haven't found him yet. Start by locating the downed plane and see where the trail leads. The pilot's logbook is also missing, so be on the lookout for it as well. Hint: to gain control of a German machine gun, press the action button. Good luck. Okay. Also with this controller, I usually like to use the right analog stick to look up and down, but it only seems to work if I go left and right. So I'll be able to shoot him. There we go. Yeah, if I go left and right, it goes up and left and down, and if I go right, it goes down and right. So I just have to put up with that. There's nothing I can do about it. Right, at the moment, all we have is the rifle. If we pause the game, we can have a look at our objectives and number of enemies neutralized. There's a euphemism. Right. I usually like to go for headshots all the time with these square buttons. Reload. And he spotted me. Some things in here. That's all there is to do there. Some grenades here. Here, if you press the square button, you can, as Manon said, you can control a machine gun. Now, the only way to find out the name of this machine gun is to use it loads in this level. Then at the end, when you get the evaluation screen, you can have it will say your preferred weapon, and it will be this. So I can't actually remember what this gun's called. But it's mounted, you can't really move it anywhere. It's really powerful. Yeah, there's nothing else to do with that now. It's a medicinal canteen that gives you, I think the thing gives you an eighth of your total health back. First aid kit gives you a quarter of your total back, and this, which is a field surgeon pack, gives you exactly half of your total health back. Does that sign say? something Paris 210 kilometers, because they use kilometers in France. They eventually get up if you don't shoot them. If you don't kill them outright. Use a grenade on this one. Oh yeah, wrong button. There we go. Oh, someone behind me there. Yeah, sometimes the weapons that the enemies drop will turn into I did manage to get up there before, didn't I? Yeah, they'll sometimes turn into... yeah, there we are. It will turn into medicinal canteens. Can I get up there? You're also pressing the jump button, and when I first played this I held the jump button, and if you press up and down with the jump button held down, you look up and down. It's a bit weird, so you're only supposed to tap the jump button if you want to jump. Someone's shooting at me again. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Someone else. One of the multiplayer maps has this area in it, and I think there's some items in here on the multiplayer map. Okay, don't let the enemy grab the machine gun. They can really do a lot of damage with that. Just go after him. There we are. Alright. Oh, if you choose the gun, lots of enemies will come to shoot. Lots of enemies to slaughter. Is that it? Yeah. No, there's more. Slightly glitched there. It jumped a bit. Someone else shooting at me. Oh, there he is. You can't get his weapon though, that's the trouble. Pilot logbook recovered. That's the that's the first objective complete. I'll save that. He recovered quickly. I'll go and get that thing now, even though it's a bit of a waste. But I don't really need it. I don't really need to save it. There's plenty of health. Lots of detail in this. There it says mining and things. Paris 210. That's the same sign we saw before. New objective added. G3 plane found. Another one of those. No, no one's coming. This is the end. Yeah, I've done everything. Yeah, it's supposed to show a screen when it loads like this, but it hasn't worked for some reason. Alright, so we get 3 out of 3, and we're as we shot mostly in the head, we're a discount barber. 14% accuracy. Excellent. Right, let's go save the game. Yeah, I'll be doing one level per video, so that's in the part 1, I'm afraid. We have to call ourselves a name. Let's call ourselves SC for Skeleton Crusader. So where's a C? There we are. There we go. That's our Duke Nukem Time to Kill game from my previous video series. Right, so that's the end of part 1. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in part 2 for the second level of the first mission. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.